Okay, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We are here sharing our financial testimonial call this evening. This happens twice a month after our health testimonial calls. And so we're excited. We've got three tremendous testimonials for you tonight that you are in for a treat. And this call is really to show people that Plexus is more than just health testimonials, because you know what? More people go to bed at night worried about finances than anything else. And with the changing times and the seasons we've had over the last couple of years, we can realize that there is a lot of instability out there. And so what does Plexus provide? Well, you know what? It provides stability. It provides something and an income and opportunity that far outreaches the 9 to 5 out there. And so we're here to share that. It's not for everyone, but it can be something for everyone. Okay. And I'll explain that. What I mean is that some people just need an extra $300 to $500 a month, and that can create room for them in their budget. And so we can do that for them. If somebody just wants to get their products paid for, we can do that too. But we do have an opportunity that if somebody is looking for something to create financial freedom and stability in their family and change their financial future, that we can do that as well. So it might not be for everyone, but we do have something for everyone. And so we're going to kick it off with Shanna is going to share her story. Shanna is relatively new to Plexus, but she's excited and she's going to share what's happened in the last couple months of her life here with Plexus.
Hi, my name is Shanna Bridger, and I'm from Fort McMurray, Alberta. I joined Plexus April 20th, 2023, and I had no idea what I was in for. After seeing my husband have so much success with the products, I wanted in on it. So I reached out to Crystal and asked, how can I get this cheaper? I was given the task to find 3 friends to share the products with. So I figured, why not pop up a post and see what happens? The response was overwhelming. Not only did I get my first 3 in 2 days, I also ranked senior silver before the month was up. Then came May, and the responses kept rolling in. With every live I did on my own experiences with the products, more and more people wanted in on it. In May, I enrolled 17 new members and ranked gold. I figured that was where the bar was set for me, and I would never top that number. To my surprise, June was even more insane, and I could not keep up with the messages coming in. Just by sharing my own journey and being real, honest, and authentic, I enrolled 37 new members in June and hit senior gold and very close to ruby. The financial gains that this business had provided for me and my family has been crazy. In the short amount of time that I've been with Plexus, I've been able to pay off our credit card, hire my first cleaner, and sorry, I lost my notes on that one. Hire my first cleaner and get the car of my dreams. So we're very, very impressed with how I'm doing with this, and we're nowhere near ending. So I can't wait to see where this company takes me. And I'm so grateful for all the support and leadership that I've been receiving, and I could not do it without them. So yeah, I can't find my other papers, so that's all I got for you.
Shanna, thank you so much for sharing your story. You know, so somebody who is brand new, who doesn't really know what to expect, can make something in the first couple of months. And so I'm so excited when new people come in and they're just open to the opportunity of it. And it might be something new. It might be something you've never done before, but that's where stepping outside your comfort zone and doing something new might just be the answer that you have been looking for. And so Lindsay is going to take a minute and just share with us.
Thanks, Leanne. My name is Lindsay Wilcox, and I am a senior Ruby from Ontario. 6 years ago, I took a job at a luxury car dealership as a salesperson. As a childless woman back then, it was the perfect job. I made some amazing friends, got to drive some really nice cars, and had a great time. The reason why I'm sharing that with you is because it was a commission-only position, just like Plexus. When I took the job, I went to the mall and bought over $2,000 worth of new clothes and shoes because my previous job was a sales rep for a microbrewery, so the dress code was a little different. I also had to work 8 to 10-hour days, 5 to 6 days a week, which was perfectly fine at the time. I was only there for a year and a half because I had my baby boy and went on maternity leave. When I found out I was pregnant, I honestly thought I would be back at work within 6 months, and I even told it to my boss. But once I laid my eyes on that beautiful boy, I fell more in love than I ever dreamed of and never wanted to be away from him. Maternity leave pay does not last forever, and then shortly after, all of our lives got turned upside down by the pandemic. About a year and a half ago, I made the conscious decision that I was going to start sharing these amazing products that changed my life 5 years prior and started making a great income. I didn't have to change my wardrobe for this job, and in fact, I wear more sweatpants now than I ever have. The moral of the story is I make more money now with Plexus than I did selling luxury vehicles. And I work a fraction of the time. I have never had to put my kids into before or after school care because I can be there for them and work on my own schedule. We decided on no camps this summer, but instead of a lot of family adventures. We are given way too many unfortunate reminders of how short life is, and I don't want to waste it making someone else rich and not myself. I'd rather travel often with my family, buy our dream homes, and live the free life that I was born to live. With Plexus, every day it is proving to be more and more possible. Thank you.
Lindsay, I love the fact that you took control of your future and your destiny. You took control and said, even after a few years of being here, hey, you know what? I can do this and I can change the direction of where I'm going and where my family's going. And you're pouring into things that are important and prioritizing things for you. And that truly is what an opportunity is with Plexus, is that you can prioritize what works for you and your family. And it might just be that answer to prayer that changes things in the next few days, the next few weeks, the next few months and years for you. Whatever that is, it can look like it here at Plexus. So I'm going to introduce to you Deborah now. Deborah is a guest. She is from the South as well, I believe. I'm going to let her share that, but she's a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus and is a guest for tonight.
Hello, and thank y'all so much for having me on here. Very honored to share my story. I drank my very first pink drink 12 years ago last month. So the newbies that are on here, I want you first to celebrate the opportunities that are here for you, but also know that the longevity here, I'm the walking, talking proof. Now, imagine this. I'm your corporate office worker. I sat behind a desk. I traveled actually this last job 45 minutes each way to work. And just sat behind that desk for a good 10 hours a day. So I really wanted these products, to start with these products, to get my tush off the couch. No lie. I needed more energy and I needed more motivation to do something when I finally got home from work. Never in a million years would I have ever talked to somebody about bodily functions and weight loss and all of the fun stuff that comes with gut health. That wasn't me, y'all. I was the one that you invited to all the parties and all the good stuff because I bought all the things. I wasn't one that was going to be selling anything. Remember, I'm that office worker. I kind of thought it was my destiny. You know, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it working in an office. I just thought, well, this is how it's supposed to be. I'm going to get up every day. I'm going to work for someone else. That's my future. That's my destiny. So as this business with Plexus grew, which I didn't even call it a business, y'all, I was sharing products that changed my life. The more I took these products, the better I felt, the more I moved, the more results I got, and people started to notice. I am an Italian from the South. She is so right. And our big Italian family, they were like, what are you doing? You need to give me 10 or whatever it is you're doing. So it really quickly spread. But still, I was working that full-time job because this was just something on the side. This was not going to ever replace what I thought my destiny was, until I started to see the vision of what this could be and sharing with people that really had the same needs that I did. People that wanted more energy and better sleep and to put a little bit more in the grocery cart. I myself, I wanted to be a yes mom because my daughter was in daycare from day one. As soon as she could get into daycare, she was there. I was that full-time person. Working so far away, I missed a lot of things. Heck, even a doctor's appointment was a half a day off because, you know, of my commute. And I wanted to be there for her. I wanted to say yes to more things. And that's where I was really seeing the vision that, hey, I can make a little bit of an income from this. And as it grew, I started to see, you know what? These people that have said yes to Plexus and yes to me, they deserve my time and they deserve more of Deborah. And that's when I decided to leave that job. Yes, I was nervous. Yes, I was scared because I had never not worked for someone else before. Couldn't imagine, like, what am I going to do all day? Now I can't imagine actually sitting behind a desk and working all day because my life is so much fuller and richer. And look, yes, it's been 12 years, lots of living in those 12 years, guys. There's been blessings, there's been struggles. You know, after I left that job, that I'd been there for 14 years, I left, I was able to stay home. My daughter and I had a fabulous summer where we woke up and it was like, what are we going to do today? Because I didn't have to leave her and I didn't have to drop her off at daycare and I didn't have to say, no, I can't do that right now. It was, what are we going to do today? Adventures and things that I never even dreamed possible. And I believe that God's timing is divine. 6 months after I finally left, you know, decided I was going to leave that job, we got through our summer, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And again, I think his timing was there. I had invasive ductal carcinoma, which with HER2 positive, which if some of you know what that means, it's a little bit more aggressive. And therefore I went through treatment for a whole year. My Plexus business was right there beside me, guys. It allowed me to focus on me and get better. And my team rallied, my team carried me, I let them shine, which was an amazing learning situation because this stubborn Southern Italian said I could let go and let the good things happen. I was able to work whenever I wanted to and rest when I needed to. That's what Plexus offered me. And I hadn't really talked a lot about the business, but boy, you know, I'm singing now about it because I was able to go through those treatments for that whole year. And actually my team advanced and I was able to rank up to Sapphire during that time. It was a very humbling experience, but he wasn't done yet because 8 months after I finished chemo, our homes flooded, our town flooded. We had what was called a 1,000-year flood and we were not prepared. It was in areas that didn't flood. We lost not only our home, but our children's home that were right around the corner from us. Didn't have insurance. I stayed in a camper in our driveway so that we could rebuild our home a little bit at a time. I was in that camper for a year. I think the little table in there, my computer here was bigger than the table, but by the blessings of Plexus, we were able to do that. A lot of people were not even as lucky as that and blessed as that. So after that full year, rebuilding our home and really being able to help the community, it was a very challenging time. Picture 70,000 people needing exactly what you needed by sheetrock and flooring and rebuilding homes and having a place to go. It was, again, another humbling experience. Plexus was right beside me. Plexus was right there in that camper with me. So much so that this stubborn Italian at the end of that year was when I advanced to the top level of Diamond. That has now been 6 years ago. I am cancer-free. I'm living and loving a very proactive, healthy life. I am graciously filled with gratitude of everything. Thank you that Plexus offered me because I said yes and because I leaned into these opportunities. There were times when I could not do the job and do the work, and I was able to take a breath. And then there were times that I was sitting at that table at that camper, working and sharing, knowing that there are people out there that need what we have. So I call myself a very, very blessed ambassador with Plexus that has a full-fledged belief in it nonstop. So thank you so much for letting me share my story.
Deborah, thank you so much. 3 inspiring stories. And did y'all catch, you've got a brand new person here who has jumped in with both feet, earning income almost from day 1 or day 2, I guess, earning income from day 2. Then you've got somebody who's been here for a few years who hadn't started to share until she was a few years in, but now has taken the course of where she is changing her future and her family's future. And then you've got somebody who is seasoned, who's been here for 12 years and still here being blessed by Plexus, the longevity of it. And so it doesn't mean you've missed the boat if you're just here gathering information. Maybe you've been here for a few months, a few years, and you haven't started to share. you know what? Your timing is right for you. And so I want to invite you, whether you're a VIP member that has been here trying out our products, testing out our products, loving our products, but hasn't yet shared, or if you're somebody brand new, if you're somebody that's been here for a while, this is the timing for you to step in and say, what if I actually did do something with this Plexus opportunity? What could I make of it? How could I change my future, my family's future? And what would it look like moving forward? I'm going to ask you to start dreaming. I'm going to ask you to dream big. I'm going to ask you to take the limits off, because you know what? Plexus has whatever it is that you could be looking for. And so I want to thank you for being here tonight. I want to thank each one of our guests. And thank each one of our testimonials tonight. You guys did an amazing job. Thank you for sharing your stories. Thank you for being inspiring. And thank you to our guests for being here. Get back to the individual that invited you here, or your direct individual that has introduced you to these products, so that you can talk about what it might just look like if you started to share this opportunity about what Plexus has for other people.